In this week's episode of White Girls Be Winning, we're talking about Shannon Sharpe and his little boo. Some of our homegirls without color are spilling the tea on exactly how they separate men from their money. And we're diving into Bill Belichick and his his new 24-year-old girlfriend. My name is Naja Hall, and I avoid pop culture and politics like the plague, but it keeps pulling me in. I don't have to give you the details on what's going on with Shannon Sharpe and his very youthful love interest. The tapes have come out. We've all heard them. I did a ChatGPT overview of the court documents, and here's my theory. Now, we know that one of Shannon's shows is a Disney affiliate, so he's bringing in those Disney coins. And I don't know if I should label this woman a sex worker or his girlfriend. Has come out with some strong accusations that Shannon has harmed her. And Shannon Sharpe's girlfriend's lawyer, Tony Busby, is making quite the name for himself. I first heard his name on the day of Blue Ivy's Lion King premiere, when Tony Busby filed that lawsuit against Blue Ivy's father, saying that he had committed a crime against a minor many years ago. Jay-Z made no attempts to settle, and he told Busby, instead of suing him, have him charged in criminal court, because if he did something like that, then he deserved to be charged criminally. The charges will ultimately drop, and Jay-Z is now countersuing Busby for an undisclosed amount. That's the definition of extortion, right? So now that Busby is representing Shannon Sharpe's girlfriend, we found out that Shannon Sharpe did offer them a $10 million settlement just to be quiet and to go away. But old girl was used to getting about $25K per butt cheek, so I don't think the $10 million is going to do it. She also knew that he had a $100 million deal approaching. So she's like, I want more money than that. What I think happened is that Busby is going to be taken for everything by Jay-Z and his legal team, and he needs the money. So while we all know that the girl should have just taken the $10 million and gone away into obscurity, or slept on the front lines of another basketball court or football field and found her another victim, because he really needs the money. And again, this is just my opinion, so I'm going to say allegedly, has convinced this girl to go public. You should have taken the money, sweetheart. Up until now, Shannon Sharpe has been quite quiet about his personal life. We do know that he has never been married, but he has 3 adult children, a son named Kiari and 2 daughters, Kayla and Kaylee. This has nothing to do with this, but I remember a while ago, he was talking about his daughter's wedding budget was $30,000. His daughter had met the love of her life, and being a good dad, he's paying for the wedding, but he capped her budget at $30K. I kind of find it odd that a booty cheek was only worth $5K less. Okay, let's move on. And before we get into the famed football coach, Bill Belichick, and his caretaker, I keep doing that. His 24-year-old girlfriend. I have to share some of these comments, because one thing I'm going to do is comment creep. You do it too. So just when Dusty thought that he had found his community with my less melanated sisters, they were like, no way, stop it, homeboy. They didn't say that. I said that. So this Dusty on TikTok said, white women don't beg for money like black women and try to get things out of them. And they have different mindset. That's why he prefers them. The white girls in the comment section ate his ass up. And I could not be more proud of us as women standing against patriarchy and poverty, especially when they mix, because they shouldn't mix. Shell said, I'm white, and I literally have never met a single white woman that doesn't have the take everything from men mindset. It's in our DNA. KK said, every country artist has made a song about how we took his house, his truck, his kids, and the dog. We don't leave anything behind. Jillian says, I get to wake up and look at the ocean every morning because I took everything in both of my divorces. Please do not play with me. She said, we've literally stolen every resource from every inch of earth, sir. As a white woman, I am very supportive of that money transfer. Literally raised to find a man to pay for my life and all the bills, all my clothes and anything fun. We're literally known for taking everything we like. Wait until he finds out how much it costs to stay blonde. I'm taking everything, even the change out of your cup holder. As a black girl that has white friends, this is only the half of it. But I do find that culture and society wants to make black women feel very, very bad and devalued about asking for anything, or just asking for or expecting more. And that's when it comes to things in relationships, divorces, salaries, competitive rates. There's a thing going on TikTok right now about the disparity between how much black content creators make and white ones. Anyway, let's move on to old man Bill. Bill Belichick, the highly decorated football coach Bill Belichick, appeared on an interview on Yahoo News the other day. And I was kind of weirded out too when I saw him in the tattered shirt. I don't think that's a new Balenciaga line. And nobody's wearing Yeezys anymore. Let's watch some of the interview together, and I'm going to come back and share my thoughts.
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan,
right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
I feel like he needs to be rescued. They need to do a wellness check. And what's that thing that they have Britney Spears and Wendy Williams on that they refuse to put Kanye in? Conservatorship. He probably needs one of these. For those of you that don't know about Bill Belichick's football history, we ain't talking about that anyway. Let me tell you about his personal life. And why the hell is this old man dating a 24-year-old girl that could be young enough to be his great-great-granddaughter? Y'all nasty. Bill Belichick has always been quiet about his private life, but what we do know is that he married his childhood sweetheart, Debbie Clark, in 1977. Together, they had 3 children, 2 sons, Stephen and Brian, and a daughter, Amanda. In 2006, Bill and Debbie divorced due to allegations that Bill was cheating. So in 2007, a year after his divorce from his 30-year marriage from Debbie was final because he cheated on her. So they had to get a divorce for almost 40 years. He got in a relationship with Linda Holliday, and presently Linda is still president of the Bill Belichick Foundation. Bill, what are y'all giving away at your foundation? What you giving away? I want to get into a brief breakdown because this video is not to say that Black girls, Asian girls, Latino girls aren't winning, but I'm focusing on the white girls, number one, because they have access to a very particular type of man. And white people in America do hold a majority of the wealth. And it's kind of natural for people to be attracted to people that look like them or to be attracted to people that have a lot of money, which is what happens in these cases. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a professional athlete. We were having a very candid conversation about his experiences. And one thing that he always told me, the difference in the Black women and the white women that he knew is from the time he got out of Pee Wee football and got to college, that D1 school, who do you think was surrounding him? And the D1 school is probably going to be a PWI. Not a HBCU. Little Black boy that's surrounded by whiteness. You have white friends, white teachers. The cute white cheerleaders are showing you all this love and adoration and attention. You become the big fish in a small pond. And oh my God, don't let the scouts be looking at you because that's when everybody's antennas start to go up. A lot of these guys are not necessarily going out and seeking white partners, but they're literally engulfed in whiteness. And that's not to say that there aren't some that exclusively look for women without color because it's their preference or they truly believe that this woman will give them access that their Black ass otherwise would never gain. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother day though. So let me bring it back. So in talking to my friend, I realized that access is key. Also, white women, I've learned something from y'all. You are not afraid to ask how much, where is the money, when are you going to give it to me? And you are genuinely not afraid to go up and create an opportunity for yourself. Look at the comment section that I just showed y'all. And these girls are halfway playing. There's some of us that have really been bamboozled and almost bred to think that we should ask for less, that we should expect less, that our need and our wants are just a burden to a man. We even get thrown the title of being gold diggers. It's almost as if a certain type of man wants a certain type of woman to struggle. It's weird. Not you, though. And certainly not Bill Belichick or Shannon Sharpe. So then let's go to the dynamic of these old dudes, old enough to where they probably have worms, going back and literally dating teenage girls. Okay, I'll call them women because, I don't want this video to be flagged. I was in an interview a couple weeks ago talking to this amazing human. I'm like one of the most honest human beings I've ever met. And he's an older gentleman and his wife is maybe 24 years younger than him. His name is Jim. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post a clip from the video so you can see the interview. Is your wife attracted to you?
Yeah, I think she is because she's it's funny. How old is she? 27.
Do you share your age publicly?
Oh, yeah, I don't care. I'm 56. I'm 29 years older than her.
Damn.
Yeah.
Money. Well, what does a 29-year-old woman want from the 56-year-old?
Everyone I've dated who's younger than me, there's all daddy issues, I'm sure.
Fathers stay in your daughter's lives.
The thing about somebody younger that you like, it's not oh, there's something dirty about it. It's part of it is it's the fear of aging. So when you're with somebody younger, they're going through a different part of their life that you can look at that is not older. Like there is a selfish part of it too. It's not just the looks. Part of it is also, I think, a fear of aging on my part or anybody older.
So you're siphoning her youth.
Not siphoning, just enjoying watching it.
So you can see I straight up asked Jim, why? Like, why would you be with somebody who's old enough, young enough to be your kid? I think his sentiments kind of mirror that of a lot of these guys. And they're also looking at the finiteness of their own lives. And they're like, let me go get some of that. I think that's about as simplified as we can put it. Bill Belichick has 3 adult children. They are older than his 24-year-old girlfriend, escort, nurse, home health care aide. They're older than this girl. I could imagine that his children, who I would love to sit down and talk to and help them appeal to their father, I can't imagine that they're happy or excited about this relationship. But I bet our girl Debbie is over there kiki and cackling at high tea with her friends like, look at this old fool. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think is up with the deep-seated nature of an old, dusty, ratty old man to have the unmitigated audacity to put those old gnarled up ass fingers on beautiful, youthful skin? Why do you think the men with no gold are so quick to call women gold diggers? If you're a person without color, I want to know what you thought about this video, especially how some white women are socialized to not only ask for, but take what they want. And are we really mad at them? I mean, you know, if you steal from me, I'm going to be mad. But culturally speaking, there's a lot to be said about that. And that's a very open-ended question, but I'm really curious to know what you think about that too. So let's chat in the comments below. If you don't feel like you've been winning, but you've been inspired by some of the girls in this video, what are you going to do differently starting today? I'm Naja Hall, and I reluctantly talk about pop culture and politics, but here we are. So I will see you on the next video.